things you need to know about me. First, just to give you a flavour of the kind of person you're dealing with here, I recently put both my hands in the bin in a public bathroom because I thought it was a Dyson Airblade. Second, you might look at me and think that I look a bit like a sort of anime librarian or a very old schoolgirl. And it's more complicated than that, but you're close enough, okay? And third, although I can't reliably tell the difference between a hand dryer and a sanitary bin, I am quite good at this, okay? So don't worry. In this one very specific context, you're in safe hands. Crucially, washed hands. So I didn't always know all this stuff about myself, though. It took me a while to find myself. You know, I was feeling low one day, and a friend told me that. She said, "You just need to find yourself." And at first, of course, my reaction was, no need. Here I am, spotted myself right away. And my friend said, no, that's not what I mean, and you know it. Please, 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 stop trying to engineer whimsical situations so you can use them for comedy material. So I said, pretty big words for an imaginary person, and then she just disappeared. No, actually what she said was, that's not what I meant. What I mean by finding yourself is getting to know yourself intimately. How? So I did, a couple of times, and it was nice, but I couldn't find myself. I did find an advert for submissive men in my area looking for mature women, though, so mostly swings. In the end, though, it turns out that finding yourself is more to do with understanding your soul, your essence, what makes you tick. And I realised that I've been at least trying to do that all my life. I've never lived an unexamined life. You might be able to tell from my energy that I'm not what you'd call an underthinker. Like, for instance, as a child, I found religion quite early. I was brought up evangelical Christian. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, evangelical Christianity is just like regular Christianity. Cool. Except that this is satanic, so not that. Probably more like that's just that backwards, isn't it? And it is the symbol of the hippie movement too, and that's quite anti-Christian. And I think my top is quite low cut, and my skirt's a bit short. And I am a woman speaking out of turn and probably blaspheming. So, long story short, growing up evangelical has had no long-term negative effects. Fine. I was well into it. I was a Bible basher. That's what they called me. I bashed the old Bible. I was a God botherer. I bothered God. Something audacious about that, isn't there? The idea that you could be that irritating. Just wandering along, singing a little song to yourself. A bright light streams down from the sky. You hear the sound of a heavenly chorus. Actually, that's just countdown, isn't it? That's just countdown thing, but you know, what do I know? As far as I know, I haven't had an angelic experience yet. So you hear the heavenly chorus, an angel appears from on high, you know, classic angel, wheel-shaped, 300 eyes. Be not afraid, for I bring good news and bad news. The good news is, you win! Christianity is the real one. Out of all of the religions and philosophies across time and throughout the globe, even the ones that Christianity stole from wholesale and then denounced, yours is the one that's real. You've won the religion competition. And the bad news, yeah, you're sort of annoying God. Now, it's not a sin, we have checked. But, so it's not an immediate case of, wah, wah, wah. It is unprecedented, so we had to look into it. And our Lord God just wanted me to make you aware that Baby Shark is right on the cusp of sin. And he's starting to feel, in his words, a bit But if I were you, I would just steer clear of Cocomelon altogether, because although we don't technically have jurisdiction there, we do suspect it's the work of Satan. see you again in 6 years. Right? And he disappears, off he goes, flies away, another heavenly chorus. In the end, though, I didn't really properly find myself until I started doing this stand-up comedy. It was always on the cards, like even right from the day I was born. You know, I came out arse first. Sure, it was broader humour than I usually go for now. I was still very much in the old birth canal. I was still honing the craft. Then when I learned how to talk, I told my first ever joke, and my first ever joke genuinely was, what's green and doesn't have a restaurant? Kermit, without a restaurant. And you know, I am a comedian, stand-up comedian, and it is the best all-purpose loophole. If you're largely incompetent like me, and living with a lot of trauma like me, you can just take that, twist it around, call it your material. You can keep that because, you know, let's be honest, we're all largely incompetent, living with a lot of trauma. Yes. If you think that you're competent and don't have any trauma, you're probably not dealing with your trauma very competently. So take it like I take it. I know that I'm a real stand-up comedian because I recently had a proper watershed moment in a comedian's life. I bombed. I died on stage. I died on my arse. Christchurch, Dorset. I'm not big in Christchurch, Dorset. I'm small, microscopic. I'm imperceptible in Christchurch, Dorset. It's fine though, you know, because different people find different things funny, don't they? And I just think it's quite interesting that some people could be so wrong. So objectively incorrect. You know, it's only made me stronger, it's just honed my goals really, it's really sharpened my goals. My goal now is to become disgustingly famous and snub Dorset. Yeah, I will snub them until they beg to have me back, and then I will make my triumphant return to the King's Arms Hotel, Christchurch. Yeah, that's its real name. And I will tell to the full house, the packed house, the story of how their predecessors disrespected me. And they will say, of course, they will say, but how can this be? How could they not have laughed at you, the greatest comedian who has ever lived or will ever live? Was this before you became the first person ever to receive the Nobel Prize for Humour? Sometimes we forget that there was a life before your good-natured flights of fancy put an end to all war. And then they'll cry singles here while laughing, you know, because of my aura. They'll prostrate themselves before me, as is traditional, and offer up their wallets and the keys to their houses, use of their husbands. And I'll forgive them, because I'm that kind of guy, and that will be that. It's that simple, Christchurch. It's that simple. Of course, you know, there's a chance that might never happen. There is a chance, isn't there? Life isn't always linear, healing isn't always linear, getting to know yourself, getting to find yourself isn't always linear. So until then, you know, whether it happens or not, I'm just going to keep on going.